Dogs are like literal little lie detectors on four legs, and it's like they have this sixth sense when it comes to judging people. You're taking a stroll with your four-legged when all of a sudden and out of nowhere your dog starts growling at a stranger. Is this just a random act, or is your dog onto something? The first study we're diving into aimed to discover if dogs behave differently around people who are unkind to their owners. In this experiment, the dog's owner attempted to open a jar. An individual who was part of the study either assisted the owner or blatantly refused, all while the dog observed. There was also a neutral third party in the room, standing off to the side. Now here comes the intriguing part. After the jar opening episode, all three individuals offered the dog a treat. What do you think happened? The dogs were more inclined to accept treats from the neutral or helpful person, and noticeably avoided the one who refused to assist their owner. Isn't that something? It's as if the dogs were saying, if you're not nice to my human, no treats for you. Honestly, dogs are not just man's best friend, they're also silent judges of character. But wait, there's more. Another study sought to find out if dogs can gauge a person's demeanor just by looking at them. Researchers took photos of people displaying either happy or angry facial expressions. These images were then randomly paired with audio recordings of corresponding emotional tones: angry, happy, or neutral. The results? Dogs spent more time looking at the photos when the facial expressions and vocal tones matched. This suggests that dogs are quite adept at picking up on human emotions through both visual and auditory cues. A similar study took this a step further by observing the dog's reactions after viewing these facial expressions. The findings revealed that dogs tend to look away quicker from individuals with menacing expressions compared to those with friendly faces. So if you see your dog avoiding eye contact with someone, it might be a red flag. So we've established that dogs are pretty good at reading human emotions and intentions, but do they have abilities that go beyond our understanding? Let's explore further. Distinguished academics from France conducted an experiment to find out if dogs can sense human emotions through smell alone. Participants breathed into a cup and also provided sweat samples on a piece of gauze. Then they were subjected to a stressful math problem while being criticized. After this stress test, new samples of breath and sweat were collected. The question was, could dogs differentiate between the stress and non-stress samples? Astonishingly, dogs identified the stress samples 94% of the time. It seems our furry friends are not just sniffing around, they're conducting olfactory analysis. But it's not just about what others are doing or smelling like. Dogs are also keen observers of their owner's behavior. A study from France investigated how a dog owner's reaction to strangers influences the dog's behavior. Owners were instructed to either remain still, approach the stranger, or walk away when a stranger approached them and their dog. The results were telling. Dogs were less friendly and took longer to interact with the stranger when their owners backed away. It appears that dogs look to us for social cues, so be mindful of your own reactions around new people. Now, what about a dog's ability to detect dishonesty? Another group of researchers set up an experiment with two containers, one with a treat and one empty. A human participant either pointed to the treat-filled container, the cooperator, or the empty one, the deceiver. After several rounds, dogs were more likely to approach the cooperators and avoided the deceivers. While dogs may not understand the concept of lying, they do seem to prefer spending time with individuals who are more likely to benefit them. So we've journeyed through a variety of scientific studies that show just how perceptive our four-legged friends can be. From reading facial expressions to sniffing out stress, dogs have some remarkable abilities. But let's take it up a notch and explore some real-world applications of these canine capabilities. You might be surprised to know that dogs are employed in criminal investigations. In fact, police dogs have been used in lineups to identify suspects based on scent alone. While their accuracy rate is around 40%, it's still a fascinating application of their natural abilities. However, it's worth noting that these results are only considered in court if additional evidence supports the case. But that's not all. Dogs are also used in arson investigations. These specially trained arson dogs can detect accelerants like gasoline and burn down buildings, helping investigators determine if a fire was intentional. Their sense of smell is so acute that they can detect a single drop of gasoline hidden in a lawn. Now, while our dogs may not be part of a canine unit, their natural instincts can still serve as a valuable guide in our daily lives. If your dog seems uneasy around someone, it might be worth paying attention. After all, they've got senses that go beyond our human limitations. Before we wrap up, let's address some common misconceptions. Dogs do make mistakes. For instance, if someone is wearing sunglasses or a hat, it can distort a dog's perception. Also, past experiences can influence a dog's judgment. So, while it's good to heed your dog's instincts, remember they're not infallible. Interestingly, studies show that dogs might prefer higher-pitched voices, which could make them more comfortable around women than men. So if you've ever wondered why your dog seems to favor one gender over the other, now you know. And let's not forget, dogs are influenced by their past experiences. If they've had a negative encounter with, say, a bearded man, they might be wary of all men with beards. It's essential to consider this when interpreting your dog's reactions. So there you have it, the incredible ways dogs sense the world around us and how it can impact our lives. If you found this video enlightening, don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more insightful content.